Hello there, this is Mikhail or Michael speaking, and today I want to talk about some changes on the battlefield that happened in the last 1 or 2 days. First of all, we will start with Bakhmut, with the south part of it. Russians had gained more control over the Mariupolska street and now fighting beyond it. Russians also captured this entire sector where school was located. Ukrainians was defending there, but Russians kicked them out. Overall, Russians are attacking in these general directions, and they're even attempting to cross Bakhmutovka River. Then we have the central eastern part, where Russians once again are attacking in this direction in order to close down this salient, and are fighting in this park and all over this area here. It is reported that Russians had captured this part of the city and now are fighting for the stadium avant-garde here. From here we go to the north part of the Bakhmut, where Russians are continuously expanding their zone of control and pushing Ukrainians all along this front. There are also fighting in the direction right here, once again to cut off and control the highway. Russians are also continuously attacking towards Ivanivsky on all fronts and are slowly creeping towards it, however, with some difficulties. From here we go north of Bakhmut. Russians are attacking towards Bogdanivka, as well as village of Grigorivka. On this front, they are capturing more and more parts of the Orikhovo-Vasiliivka village, getting control around this highway, and overall, as you can see, expanding their zone of control. They are attacking along this road in the general direction of the village Minikivka. Russians are also attacking towards the village of Vasyukivka, as well as Fidorivka, Razdalivka, and Vesele. In Bilokharivka, Russians, after heavy artillery barrage, had attempted to capture Bilokharivka and had pushed Ukrainians slightly on this front. In the entire Liman front, there are no Russian advancements, but Russians are heavily bombarding Ukrainian positions, and we might see Russian attacks on this front very soon. From here we go to Avdiivka. From the sources presented here, unfortunately, it is not in English, but basically what it implies is that Russians had attacked from Vadani and Abitne and had punched through Ukrainian front lines and came close and even captured village of Lastishkina. They're also saying that Russians are attacking near Stepove and Berdichi in overall attempt to fully encircle Avdiivka. They are claiming that Russians are now controlling Lastishkina, and if Russian forces succeeds on this front and actually capture Orlivka, this would mean that the entire Avdiivka city would be completely encircled by the Russians. The Russians are also expanding their zone of control all around recently captured Novobakhmutivka. They are attacking towards village of Novokalinova and Alexandropol. From here we go to the village of Pervomaisky, where Russians are still fighting in positional warfare with Ukrainians and slowly pushing them on this side. However, no changes had appeared here, and Russians are still unable to capture village of Nevelsky. From here we go to Marinka. Heavy fighting continues in the center of the city, with no one coming on top as of right now. Russians are continuously storming here in order to establish control over this side of the river and then have fire control over this road. If we zoom in, we can see that Russians are nearly in the outskirts of the Pobeda village, but once again reports are coming that Pobeda is heavily fortified, and it being in the middle of the field provides a very good sector of view, which is problematic to Russians. From here we go to Vuhledar. The Russians are still fighting here despite adversities. They are bombarding the city every day, and after that bombardment are attempting to capture city once again. Overall, no success here. Russians are also unable to take the mines right here. And at last there is Orikhiv front. where Russians were attacking for some time, but they were counterattacked by the Ukrainian forces. Russians had almost captured Novodanilivka village, but Ukrainians had counterattacked it, and this map suggests that Russians had completely withdrawn from this settlement. It is safe to say that Russian troops are having some problems in Bakhmut, as Ukrainians are very keen on keeping this city. It is hard to tell because a lot of them are saying, well, this city is not important, but then they throw every man possible to defend it. So I guess they're trying to do some damage control in the media. In Avdiivka, however, Russia are seeing much more greater success. If the news that came in actually truthful, that would mean that Russians are about to encircle Avdiivka and the city could fall fairly quick. Again, it is hard to be sure whether that information is truthful or not, but the reports came in and I reported them. So anyway, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting, as it is good for algorithms. To anyone who already done that, thank you very, very much. Humanity calls me to acknowledge the fact that we should all condemn any war and murder of innocent people. And always remember, Russia will be free.